Hello. Greetings. Man, I've been drinking. This came off of a great live stream. There were many, hundreds of people in the live stream. I don't know if they were like checking up to see if I was still alive or something because I hadn't made any videos in a few days, or it could have been in response to the video that I posted, a 2-minute video about the cyber attack on Fujifilm. And there have been a bunch of cyber onslaughts to various companies, including the oil pipeline, about a month or two ago, and then the large corporation that takes care of like 1/5 the United States meat supply. I have to apologize for not being making any videos for the past few days, but I've been so sick I thought I was going to die. Not literally sick. It was an allergy thing, and I'm not a person that actually suffers from allergies, but I went into an overwhelming situation. I knew immediately that I was in trouble. Should have known better. I did make a prediction, though, that proved to be 100% accurate. I said that anytime I plan on taking a day off, something horrible happens, and that's exactly what happened. I went to my farm on Monday, and the grass is about 5 feet tall now, and it's gone to pollen. And so it's right about nose level, right? I'm 5'11", basically nose level. So walking through the grass, I just saw just a sea of grass pollen, and I knew I was in trouble, but I was like, oh, what the heck? I drove all the way out here, I guess I'll suffer some. Oh man. The rest, I'm still recovering. But I couldn't breathe that night. I must have sucked in and inhaled 2 pounds of grass pollen. And my eyes did about the same. My eyes were puffed up. My phone, which works off of face recognition, it wouldn't recognize me because my face was so swollen. So that's where I was. I was actually sick as a dog. Just literally sick as a dog. So that's why I did not. I did post a video on Monday, but I'd already made that video the day before, so that's where I was. I've gotten so many boxes recently. I don't know if I should tell you this, but why not? I got so many boxes recently that the UPS driver said, dang, you get all these deliveries. What's up with this? I've been ordering enormous amounts of dehydrated food. It lasts 30 years. It's called Mountain House food. I've had virtually every meal that they have. I really see something on the horizon very soon. I keep my head not only on a swivel, but I have a really good filter for filtering out nonsense and wackadoodle, fringe stuff, and from everything that the information that I'm getting, including something that's supposed to happen on July the 9th of this year, and all these recent cyber attacks. This stuff has been planned now for years, and every mark has been checked off almost to the T, really to the T. And so I've been making a lot of plans to the best of my capability. I've got 6 months of food stored up now, just over 6 months of food. Been selling a few superfluous things. There's a great word, superfluous. And using that money to buy dehydrated, non-perishable food. Said the fat guy, right? I really am hope that I'm wrong. I desperately want to be wrong, but everything keeps pointing in that direction. So once again, I'm sorry I got sick and haven't been making videos for the past few days. If I were a Russian, I would be making fun of Americans right now. And I'm not a person that makes fun of my own countrymen. I'm not one of those people, because there are a lot of people in America that are like that. There are a lot of people that fought and died and bled, or bled and died for freedoms that we have here. And I forget who said it. They said that tyranny is only one generation away. Freedom is only one generation away from being lost. There's just so much insanity in this country right now. And I don't buy into the media. I don't watch the news at all. I really don't. And I don't believe their lies and their propaganda. But I can see what's going on. And listen to a lot of people that feed me accurate information. I know how to process that information. There's just been so much lies and indoctrination. Propaganda has gone viral like a computer bug. For example, this is not part of that, but homicide in Portland is up 800%. People have just gone bat poop crazy. I find it extremely funny. And it's not funny at all. Insane, extremely insane that all these people are calling for defunding the police, and then they're like completely confused when crime skyrockets. That's just so incredibly dumb. It's just unbelievably stupid. And that's just only a small sector of the insanity that's going on in this. I've said this before many times, and it's completely accurate. Society is the absolute thinnest crust on top of the deepest volcano. This is gold plating, real gold plating on this plaster apple. Society is about the thickness, even a little thinner, than this ultra thin gold plating on this plaster apple. That's the only thing that's holding society together, is that super thin crust. You just, a little scratch and it's gone. Most people, when you tell them the facts, like boom, 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 they can't process it. They don't believe it. I've heard that people that live in Germany and Poland and other places like that, I've heard first-hand reports. People they told the townsfolk, like, hey, the tanks are rolling down the street, and they're still just like, hey, no, it's okay, whatever. I don't believe it. It's like, no, they're a mile down the road, and they tune it out, and they go back to shopping or whatever the heck sort of stupid nonsense it is that they do. Humans really are that. They don't want to believe it. It's like an instantaneous denial. Much of societies, that's not just Americans, that's society in general. Because Europe suffered from that in 1940, as well as France and Poland. And so anything that accurate information, and I don't mean wackadoodle nonsense, some sort of harebrained, because I get quite a few of them every day. People, because I'm really good at filtering out the wackadoodleness, which is not a word. And people send me emails like, that's just crazy. That's just, it's just crazy talk. I don't ever buy into that, and I don't accept it or pull it into myself, so I'm not talking about any of that. But don't you find it odd that these cyber attacks are ramping up at an exponential scale? I really hope that I'm wrong. There are, too, some very specific videos out there I use the word powerful in a general sense. I won't mention names of who they are. You could probably guess who they are. There's videos from years ago, or last year, predicting exactly what's going on right now. Listen, even people that hate me know that I'm really smart, and here's a fact. I can tell you something about these power-hungry people that are very intelligent, but they have no wisdom. This is something you're never taught in high school or college. There's a huge difference between intellect and wisdom. I was invited several times, and I'd just go for the heck of it when I was younger, to Mensa meetings. Imagine, I hate to say this, but it's true. I don't hate to say it. I know how these people think. I know what their mentality is. They really, and if they have money, fear them. Fear them if they have money and the power that goes along with money. I can tell you this with absolute 100% undeniable certainty, that the most evil people that make plans and plots against humanity are like the people that I met at Mensa meetings. The only thing there is just like a Mensa person, highly intelligent, no wisdom at all. My IQ is so-and-so. Who cares? You have no wisdom. You don't know how the world works. You don't know anything about nature. You don't follow natural law. It's like you're incredibly intelligent, you score high on an IQ test, which doesn't test for anything important. But you have no wisdom. You know, you're like a virus, really. They are. They talk about humanity like sheep and cattle and what they're going to do to them, and I don't mean in good ways. That's what these people are like. I've known that for most of my life because I met these people. That is exactly how they are. Humanity is just like a bug in their way, and you know, where's the can of Raid spray at? They really do treat humanity like a farmer treats, well, actually I shouldn't say that. I was about to say a farmer treats his sheep and his cattle, but you know, even though the farmer sells off the sheep and the cattle to go to unhappy destinations, at least the farmer cares about the sheep and the cattle and in certain aspects, and these people don't care about humanity at all. So what I'm trying to say is that I've met these people and they are unsavory. I'm trying to be very kind. Trying to say kind stuff about people that are unsavory and things that they do not deserve kind things to be said about them. You know, my back porch is covered with boxes from Mountain House meals. They come in packs of 6 in a box. And my back porch is just littered with them. I mean, it's just a small mountain of Mountain House. I've been hoarding food now for, not literally like every day, but I've gone into overdrive on food hoarding. I will be perfectly honest with you. I have contingencies upon contingencies. And listen, nobody gets out of this life alive. You know, I'm not going to make it out alive any more than you are. But I'm not going to bend my will and suffer at the hands of evil despots and their plans. So the worst that happens is, and I hope it does work out this way, I really do. The worst that will happen is that I'm proven wrong and I just got a bunch of food that lasts 30 years. Those Mountain House meals literally last 30 years, expiration date. And they're really tasty. Believe it or not, they're really tasty. That's the worst that happens. Because lately I've been selling some stuff just to buy dehydrated food. I just sold off a $500 mail bag yesterday. Sold off some superfluous erroneous lenses to buy some dehydrated food and supplies of various ensembles relational to supply. So anyway, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I don't know if anybody's interested, I had this idea in my head. I'm going to make the most awesome Bad Arse work apron. It's going to be a leather work apron made out of buffalo, and the pockets are going to be covered in genuine alligator. I was like, there's nobody on this earth that has a work apron more radically cool. You might not think it's radically cool, but I do. More radically cool than a buffalo work apron made out of buffalo. Covered in alligator for the pockets. Going to have pockets right here and little pockets to stick your stuff into up here. I don't know what you think about that, but that stuff is really expensive. The gator is really, really expensive, and the buffalo is not cheap either. But if somebody's interested in that, let me know. It's not going to be cheap. All of this stuff is working exactly along the lines of what these despotic people have been talking about. The cyber attacks. There are many videos out there, let me be very succinct with you, from last year and years hence that said, you know, a bug is going to hit, and then right after that there'll be a lull, and right now we're in the lull. And right after that there'll be a major cyber attack that will just be all-encompassing leveling, you know, like this kind of leveling. All of that stuff is working. I told you this before, and I mean this, and James Bond movies actually make fun of this, and there's a metaphysical reason for it. Evil people tell you what they're going to do. I'm going to do this, and there's a reason for that. There's two facets to it. First, the superficial one. If they tell you and there's no pushback, then they figure, well, you're okay with it. I told everybody what I'm going to do or what we're going to do. Well, nobody really, it's out there. People heard it, but no one really paid any attention to it. This happened too in 1940s Germany. They told you, And there are books. I'm not going to mention the name of those books. But the book said, this is what's going to happen. There are many documentaries on the History Channel and other places spelling this out to a T. Evil people do this. They tell you what they're going to do. That's very evil. People read those books, and I'm not going to mention the titles of the books. You could guess. Horrible evils are going to... Everybody read the book? Yeah, whatever. Nobody listened. They didn't believe them. They were telling you the truth. The metaphysical reason behind why evil people tell you the evils that they're going to do is because the actual pure part that is buried so deep that it can never be found of their genuine nature, yeah? Like a pure person would be like pure water, right? And a totally evil person would be like cesspool water with cat poop floating in it, and, you know, just rancid stuff. You never, but there's still water in the cesspool. So these evil people, the pure part of what little part is pure, the elemental part of what is within them that is pure, it cries out saying, oh, this person, meaning me, not meaning me, cries out saying that the evil that they're going to manifest or do, either individually or collectively, they cry out and they announce to people like, hey, this XYZ person or persons, hey, I'm or this entity is evil. This is what we're going to do. So there is a genuine metaphysics behind people announcing this, and James Bond movies make fun of it. Like they'll have James Bond tied to the table, and, you know, evil doer so-and-so will tell you his evil plan. And they made fun of that, but people never made mention of that. That is what evil entities do. Intelligent people, by the way, the most evil people are usually highly intelligent. This is why I keep preaching to people. Intelligence is not wisdom. It's not at all. You really have to realize that. You weren't taught this in school or college. You were not. And you weren't taught this in Sunday school. You weren't taught this anywhere. It's probably the first time you're hearing it is from me. I don't know of anybody on YouTube that says it. There might be somebody out there. Empirical knowledge, i.e. episteme, i.e. intelligence, is not wisdom at all. They're two completely and wholly different entities. They have no wisdom. They violate natural law. And I've said this many times in many videos, the most evil people on this world are always people that are... Because an evil person that's unintelligent really can't get a whole lot done. I mean, he could do something, you know, it'd be something awful, but they don't have the intelligence to do something on a grand scale. The greatest evils in this earth are always people that are both highly intelligent and incredibly unwise. Those people are always, all throughout the universe, the epitome of dangerous evil, and people need to realize that. You were not taught that, and I wasn't taught that growing up either, but it's a fact and it's undeniable. So anyway, I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. And once again, sorry, I'm still recovering and my face is still puffy. My God, I was right though in my predictions. Like every time I take a day off, I'm going to suffer like something bad's going to happen. Something bad did happen. I got snorted up a pound of grass pollen and felt like I was going to die for 2.5 days. I still feel pretty bad, actually. Thanks so much for watching. Lux Veritas. And once again, I really do hope I'm wrong about all this. Nothing make me happier. Nothing would make me happier.